Welcome back to another episode of the Williford Brothers. We are excited today to be joined by Lee?
Mr. Joe Dan Reed.
From Kentucky.
Yes.
Glad to have you, man.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Joe Dan's been a friend and successful in the laundromat business as well as a couple other businesses. But tell us about how you got in the laundromat business.
Laundromat business. Well, it's kind of it's a long story. Well, I'll make it short. So Kelly, my wife, she's a registered nurse. She went to college and she graduated, and then I was in broadcasting journalism, and she came up to me. She goes, these hospitals are dirty. I said, let's start a cleaning business. So we started a janitorial company.
Awesome.
And so we did so well to where I quit my job, she quit her job. Wow. And next thing you know, we were doing a maid service. So we were cleaning up to about 400 houses a month.
Wow.
And so since we scaled to that level, you have customers who want their laundry washed. And they asked us if we could keep the maids back to wash their laundry. And we started thinking, you know what, we need to get in the laundromat business. Mm-hmm. So we bought some washers and dryers and we put them in a basement. And so we were doing this wash and fold, and we were like, this is really difficult. So we found a place and it was empty, and it was a laundry, and so we retooled the whole place, and that's what started.
Nice. What year was
ago.
that? Yeah.
I'm thinking around. The first laundromat probably would be around 2003, 2004.
Okay. Nice. It's almost 20 years.
20 years. Yeah. Well, time flies by.
And it's grown. You've got how many locations now?
We have 9 locations. We're in
Lexington, right?
We're in Lexington, Kentucky. Yes. Mm-hmm. It's funny because we closed down a location because it was on a it was on a top floor in a basement. So so you had to use all top load, soft bounce, and water would go in the basement, and we had all kinds of problems. So we just said, you know what, we're going to get out of this. So that brought us back down to 8, and then we got 9 on Versailles Road. Kelly said, stop. I said, what's going on? I took a wrong turn. She said, there's a laundromat right there. Did you know that? I said, no, I've never looked. So I Googled laundromat, and that particular place never showed up. And so I walked in there, and I walked in the laundromat. It was clean, but it was old and antiquated, the kind of way I like them. And it was a shotgun kind. You had the washer on this side and dryers on this side.
Oh, nice.
Those are my favorite.
Yes.
So
Me too.
so I went into the front office. They owned the whole shopping center, and I walked in there. I said, "Who's the owner of this? I'd like to have a conversation." She said, "He's out of town." I said, "But I'm really interested in that laundromat." She goes, "Oh, that laundromat? Yeah, it's a pain in the butt for me because I have to always."
She's managing it. Oh,
yes. Yeah. And I said, well, you guys look kind of tired, and I'd love to take this place over and make it new. Next thing you know, the guy he gave me a call, and we signed, we signed the lease.
Did you pay for it or just sign a lease?
I don't pay for laundromats.
Oh, I like it.
No, this is so.
Shout out to Danny.
Yeah, Danny.
We're at his conference here in Las Vegas today.
Yes. Oh, yeah. In the Circa. Oh, this place is unbelievable.
It is.
But anyway, so we have. So what we're currently doing, I removed all their equipment, and their equipment's in my warehouse because they want me to try to sell it, and I don't know. It's just junk. So it's in my warehouse if anybody wants some junky equipment.
It's still there?
It's still there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's in the corner.
Is that your most recent store?
And we're finishing up. We're finishing right now. So what we did, since it was a shotgun.
Plumbing.
I was imitating Luke. I sent him a video. I said, look, I'm Luke. I'm carrying some pipe.
He told me last night he doesn't plumb.
Don't do no grass. Yes.
No, I don't do plumbing. No, I'm good. But so what I did, the first thing we did, me and Kelly, we were looking at, we're not doing the shotgun. We're going to do the aisles, of course. And so they can just easily carry, and then we're going to put big, huge washers in the front. That's what we did. And then it's funny, the installer came in, and he put the 30s on the back side of the 60s. I said, no. No, the 40s on the back side of the 60s. I said, no. I want those 40s to face. So he goes, well, he doesn't understand. So I like to bury anything that's small behind the big machines and then make the large machines look this way. So when people look in the store, they're like, oh, they have 80s up front, they have 60s, and then they have 40s facing me. So they don't know, like on the back side of the 80, might be 40s, but that's the 60s are hitting you this way.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my philosophy.
Yeah, perceived value. Yeah.
Yeah. So when
they see a lot of stainless steel and they think, oh wow, that's really nice.
That's right.
Big machine.
Yeah. And top loaders, just throw them away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
What equipment line do you run?
Hips.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Nice. We have a couple hip stores.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Bought over the last few years.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. They run great.
Yeah. They're beasts.
Yeah.
Does your distributor there do your build outs, or how do you contract?
Build out. We use HM out of Cincinnati.
Okay.
And they are they're the distributor and
H&M.
H&M company.
Okay, yeah,
Steve Millman.
Yeah, Steve. Yeah, we
He's
met Steve in
wonderful.
Florida.
Yeah, met
Oh,
him
did
in
you?
Florida.
Yep.
Yeah, really nice guy.
Super nice guy and very honest.
Yeah.
And that's what I like. He doesn't try to oversell. And matter of fact, he tried to pull me back a little bit, and I appreciate that. Because he was like, well, you have one too many dryers in here. I was like, yeah, but I want to scale. He said, well, how are you going to scale? What are you going to add on to the building? I said, you're right. Let's take one out.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Cool. Yeah,
That's
he's
great.
a nice
He's looking
guy.
out for your interests.
Yes, and
He's got a great reputation.
yes, he does. And the next thing, the biggest regret that I've had over the last 2 years was the conversation we had on the phone together.
I still remember exactly where we were, Joe Dan, when we were talking.
Oh, really? I was in my living room.
We were in the car headed back from Fayetteville.
Is that right? I was in my living room, and I was like, God. I said, what's the Williford Brothers calling me? Both of them on the phone. And they're telling me, you need to go with Freedom IPS. And I said, I agree, but I don't know. I was very nervous to switch over to Coin, from Coin, go all card. And I'll tell you what, this store that we're building right now, it's all Laundryworks card. It's all card.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, from our conversation, we since that time, that was when we were looking to sell. And,
yes.
And I knew it, and the reason I reached out because I knew a guy who's got 9-10 stores. It could literally change his ownership lifestyle, increase revenue, reduce the headaches and just the carpal tunnel in your hand from collecting that many.
One more box. I don't know how many more boxes I can turn.
But,
I'm done.
Yeah. Oleg with Laundryworks, we're sending
Yes.
a ton of people to him.
Yes.
I calculated it the other day, probably sent 100 stores, more than 100 stores once you do your 11 for sure.
Yes, and I tell everyone I know that I'm going with Laundryworks only. And period. I'm so. I met Oleg at the Clean Show, and I spoke to him about you guys, of course. And with the Freedom IPS, I really wanted it because I've been thinking about it for the last 2 years, and then watching Lee doing this quarter like this, and it's just been in my mind. It's been in my mind.
Well, it takes time to make.
Yeah, it does.
Those are big decisions. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. And you're right. If you want to scale, if you have 1 or 2 stores and you want to do quarters, that's fine. But I'm going to the store. Every store, every other day, so I'm constantly turning these boxes, and then at the same time, I'm not allowing myself time to really look at the store when I should be able to just go make a deposit and be finished.
You're a high-priced collector.
That's right. Yeah.
What's your hourly rate? Come on,
Not enough.
And that's a mundane task for somebody, CEO of a big company.
Yeah. And we talk about the soft costs a lot. The soft costs that
your
me
hand,
as an owner go through, and things like that.
Yes.
And just the coins running out on the weekend. You're at church on Sunday. I know how many times I had to leave and go fill the change machine.
It's never terrible. Yeah, it's like they'll call and say, there's a bill stuck on this side, and do I need to give the customer a refund? I said, no, because they'll always say it's $20 to get stuck. You get there, it's $1.
Yeah. So Lee and I now, we tell everybody and have for the last 5 years, eliminate coins. Just because I know that's the most simple yet profound information that we can give someone. Secondly, we say start with self-service, get it really good, and then move to wash, dry, fold if you want.
You're going to do that.
Obviously, you're successful in that.
Yes.
And I think and he is a successful wash, dry, fold, and pick up and delivery operator. And he has done that by managing it himself. So,
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, you're
His
good.
phone's going
If it was
off.
important, you should.
If it's Kelly, you better answer. I wanted to have her on. That's his better half.
She wouldn't tell you anything. She just gets on me.
Smart lady.
Why'd you share that information? What are you doing? What are you doing to us? Jody, you share too much information. Yeah. I was like, well.
A lot of people tell us that. Why do you educate people? They're going to come and put a laundry on you. I'm
It's
like,
out
it's
there
totally
everywhere.
opposite, man.
Well, the problem
out there.
is, she goes, well, this guy's going to call you again and again. So you get so many people calling you
for
and
sure.
wanting information on how to do this. And, I mean, the truth is, it's not for everyone, but everyone thinks it's for them. And,
sure.
they talk passive income and all that, which is not true. So what it comes down to is if you're motivated, and you're a doer and not a thinker. I'm a doer. I'm a thinker.
Are a doer.
I'm not a thinker. I'm a doer.
Yeah.
And you have if you have good work ethic, this might be for you.
Yeah.
Because the mechanics of everything, and the design, and the relationships you make, it's very important.
Yes. And I think that's one aspect of the industry that we really like is, man, we're a small, close-knit community of people.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. If you don't like people, this business isn't for you.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And if you don't know a Phillips head from a flathead, you might not want to get into
It's going to be
business.
expensive. Yeah.
It's going to be very expensive.
Because you have to outsource all that type
everything. If you can't change a basic water valve, drain valve, if you can't troubleshoot some of these dryers, you can't get the lint out, you can't. There's so much to it.
Yeah. And it's not just can't if you're not willing to learn.
Exactly.
If you
Yeah,
have
that's
the
the
want to, you can do any business. You can do whatever business if you have the want to. I feel like that's the biggest holdback for everybody watching is if your desire is strong enough.
Yeah.
I think about the motivational
drive
video
isn't there.
where the guy goes underwater and holds him underwater, and he says you have to want it as bad as you want to breathe when you're held underwater. If you want it that bad, you'll do what it takes,
Yes,
If
I
you don't,
agree.
you won't. So
I agree.
And
I
if
agree
you're
100%.
not mechanically inclined, you just have to be willing to learn that,
That's right.
and you do it by diving in, experience.
And I don't think like people will say, well, I don't know if I can do that. Yes, you can if you want
that's
to.
good.
That's
Yeah.
exactly you really can.
Especially with one store. If you start out with
One store.
man.
One store. I mean, if you can sit here and master that store, you work the store, you know the store, and I think you're cheating people who come to your store and you have it dirty. I mean, nobody wants to walk into a dirty laundromat and clean and come out with
expect
clean
them to be
clothes.
Yes, with clean stuff.
Because you are in the cleaning business when you're in the laundry business, and that's where me and Kelly are on the same page. We are sticklers on the cleanliness of the laundromat. I can't stand it if I walk in and I even see a debris in the corner. It drives. Well, it's from
so
our
easy
background,
to fix. It's
Yes.
so easy to fix, and the bar for laundromat owners is like down here. Like exceeding the bar is so simple. We say it oftentimes. The customer comes in to Ruth Chris, he expects the carpet to be perfect, everything to be perfect. Our customer comes in to do her laundry. Her expectations here, so exceeding it and blowing her mind is so simple, and I know you guys
That's add a lot of value.
And floors make the building,
Yep.
and corners make the floor.
Oh,
That's
nice.
good.
That's good.
So and so when
We try to
people-
have as few corners as possible.
Exactly. And so when you walk into a building, you're looking down. People don't look up. So have nice soft light coming down. And it's important. We've changed all our stores to LED.
Nice.
Everything LED. So it's really soft and bright and easy to look. And so
Yeah.
no
And
dark
you keep
corners.
those on at night, right?
I do.
Yeah, we do too. It's
A bank of them.
It's safety. It's really like a security feature.
Definitely.
And it's
And good
marketing.
advertising.
People are
Yeah,
riding
people
by.
riding by. I didn't know that. Look at that. big
Look how
machines.
bright it is. Everything's dark. It's bright.
and
Yeah.
Then they see your
The
place.
stainless steel shining bright at night.
Yes.
It is.
I
It's
think
good
of all the
marketing.
owners we acquired from. They're like, in the morning, come
Yeah,
hit this breaker
this is the
right
breaker,
here. I'm
you
like,
do
I'm
this.
not coming
Yeah.
back after we get done today. Not for a little while. Or we're going to work on it. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's cool. So, and you do wash dry. Do you do pickup and delivery as well?
We do. Yes.
Tell us about the operations. I really want to know, like, how do you keep up with all your businesses? Do you have, like, a manager under you? Obviously, when you're doing as much as
What
you
technology
do, and you're here in
incorporated.
Las Vegas,
Okay.
Who
Okay,
who are the key players?
Okay, so here's what we have. So Kelly is the owner with me, so she takes care of all the employees basically, and then and so she's basically ahead of hiring and dealing with managers and all that. And then If anything happens mechanically, they call me. I mean, if even as much as they'll text me or call me, and so I'll come in there, and then I'll have it on a sheet, and I need to go to the store at Pimlico, so I'll have a sheet, and I'll know what I need to do by the end of the week. And then as far as managers are concerned, we have one person in front of us that's like a general manager, and then every store has a particular manager, and then we have supervisors, and then we have, and I don't like calling anybody an employee. I don't know something about that just eats at me.
Team member,
staff, family, team members, and I look at everyone like they're our family members, and that's why we do not have a lot of turnover.
Yeah, that builds an important, nice culture. Yeah.
Yes, and so as far as the pickup and delivery is concerned, and wash, dry, fold, we use curbside. Do you know Matt Simmons?
Not
and
personally, but I've heard of curbside.
I'm going to tell you, if you do get into wash, dry, fold, or pick up a delivery, curbside is the absolute best software we've found out there, and believe me, we've used several other softwares. And I won't mention any names because it is what it is. But for us and for our success, it's been very seamless. If you see something that isn't working right, they go right back to the drawing board and reintroduce it. And that's what I like. And there's not much. But the pickup and delivery, it does very well. We have I believe 3 vans that's constantly going, and that's growing.
Who the driver calls out? Who does the driver call?
The manager at the store that we use. The processing for pickup and delivery.
Is there software with the schedules and stuff like that?
Yes.
Does Kelly kind of oversee that?
She oversees it, but she doesn't have to because the manager does over there at the store.
Is that per store? Each store?
No. Well, each store has the curbside software for wash, dry, fold, and it's all capable of doing pickup and delivery. But we use only pickup and delivery out of one store, so it's not so confusing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So you process at one store.
Pick up and delivery. And we have another store in Richmond, Kentucky that we do process out of. Okay. So if that starts growing, we'll have them both. And then we purchased that. We have a 20,000 square foot warehouse where we want to do some commercial laundry, and then we're going to hopefully have everything come through that particular location.
Yes. Nice. What's your geographic footprint?
How far is the stores?
Yeah.
And your market, your pickup?
The forest, about 50 miles radius.
Okay. How close are your closest to? How many miles apart?
Okay, so if you take Nicholasville to Richmond, that's about 40 miles.
Okay.
And then if you're in Lexington.
But your closest store to each other, do you have some close?
2 miles.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that
2 miles, 3 miles. Good. So it's funny, Lexington, we have 100 different zip codes, but and all of our stores are in a different zip code, but they're all right next to each other. It's weird. We go around town about like that. Yes.
So do you have 6 or 7 in Lexington?
We have,
and then a couple outside.
We have 5 in Lexington, and then we have 2 in Richmond, and 1 in Nicholasville. Make that 6 in Lexington.
Nice.
Yes.
That is cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you plan to expand in any of those towns or expand into
the commercial
towns?
thing?
I look at Richmond. There's not much room to expand. The town. We have 2 laundromats there, so I don't see much more you could put in Richmond. I would probably lose. And Nicholasville the same way. 1 laundromat is pretty good for that particular city. But I am looking to. Now that I'm all card and I'm changing over to all card, we are looking to expand. And that's where we have just been at a dead hold stop because I just can't keep going collecting coin. Now, I'm so relieved. I guess right now we are transferring over 4 stores to all card.
Awesome.
Nice.
And of course, 2 of those stores are out of town. 3 of those stores are out of town, and then and then 2 are in Lexington, and then we're going to just go on to the next.
Yep. I've seen once they do one, you'll order them all.
I'm addicted.
Yeah. So and when done properly, it's really cool. Your customers will benefit. So just make sure you're staffed heavy and you train your staff to love the system as much as you do. Because your staff,
they're your salespeople.
If they act confused when the customers come in, then you've got a problem. But if they're like, no, this is great, and we always run a double your money promotion when we do a conversion. And,
really? Okay.
Customers love that. It makes it easy. They're like, I don't like change.
It's all
and
about
then you
value.
do
It
that.
delivers such value in this transition time for them, rather than saying, "Oh, this is the exact same thing. I don't want to deal with this."
Yeah.
They go from, "Oh, wow, I just got twice as much money on this thing," and boop, oh,
And
then
they're a
it starts
sticky
the car,
customer now.
and now they're coming back to you.
Well, and that leads to this, because Kelly's been telling me for says 2 or 3 years now, I want to do a free laundry day at every store once a month. I said, that'd be great, but who's going to go over there and just flip quarters in all day long? You just can't do it. But now that we can just like
give one staff member a card,
start them up, and have them all ready for people. Yes,
yeah.
And so
really
I'm
cool.
really excited about that.
That
so
is cool.
that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Your
but-
community will really love that.
Yeah, well, it makes me. Yeah, I think
fills your heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes you feel good. Do something for people.
Absolutely. That's
neat.
really
Yeah.
cool. Really, really cool. Any other questions you can think of, Lee?
Man, where are you at in 5 years from now? You know, have you bought more stores? Have you grown all your businesses?
I didn't realize how old I was getting. that's the problem.
And he's starting to work out.
I'm starting to work out. You
can't see these shoes he's wearing, but they're pretty legit.
Well, you had the same ones on yesterday.
Oh yeah, I did.
Hoka. Yeah,
they're
Hoka's the
great
shoe. Yeah, people
shoes.
look at us like, you're wearing Hokas? What are those?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if you want to get in shape. But no, I think in 5 years from now, I would love to have a lot of laundromats and have generational wealth for my family. And of course, I'd like to come up with some type of a way I could give back to the people who work for us for a long time. And,
awesome.
But our big thing is we have a lot of property, and we own chalets in Gatlinburg, and
He likes those, by the way. Those are our.
That's passive income. That's passive income.
What's it called? Oh, Verbos, VRBO,
VRBO,
stuff like that.
Picasso,
So
yes.
He's been very successful. I think it's just cool, like you said at the beginning. You're a doer. You know, you don't think. I think a lot of the
you have
people
a
that
heart
get caught.
to serve other people.
Yeah, for sure.
those things
People
are great.
person.
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, you
you guys are people.
You saw a problem. You solved it with your janitorial service,
Yes.
and then that led to another
It was an
business,
opportunity.
which led to
Yes.
another business. And man, it is cool.
And
You
that-
live it.
and
You're
that
the
speak-
American
that
dream, man.
speaks to that. This happened over 20 years. You know,
Over
it
20
was
years,
step
yes,
by
yes.
step by step. You didn't walk in and all of a sudden,
No.
here we are.
I said
And a lot of
yeah.
people who might be listening and think, oh, I just want to get in.
I
and be
remember
successful."
I remember living on a credit card, and we're wondering, and me and Kelly looked, it's not a big deal. We're gonna make it, because if you have the drive in you, you will make it. There's nothing that's going to stop you. I'm serious, and I truly believe that if you have the spirit within, you'll do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, you've been encouraging to me, inspirational. But yeah, I always say fill that gap between knowing and doing. We know what to do. A lot of those watching know what to do, but just squeezing that gap and start doing today what you need to do, whether that's vetting laundries or starting with your first house cleaning. You know, you didn't start with cleaning 400 houses a month.
No.
You started with that first one.
And now, guess how many houses we clean now?
How many?
0. We're all business. We clean all businesses.
All businesses.
Okay.
Yeah, we were cleaning 60
the
carpets a day.
Wow.
So what? So that's a trade-off. He decided not to do that and to do something else.
Yeah.
But nothing ventured, nothing gained. You learn throughout that, and you
Glad you
shift.
said
And
My glass is always half full.
I love it, man.
Yes.
I love talking to him. I love being around him. He's just one of those guys that he's going to make it happen. And, yeah, if there's a problem, he solves it. Because at the end of the day, entrepreneurs, we're all glorified firefighters. We're just putting out fires on a constant basis. And some people watching, they look at the picture and they're like, well, I could get there. But they need to watch the video from 2003, Joe Dan, and watch how long it took, how many meetings, how many deals didn't work out, and that sort of thing. But
How many coin boxes you've opened?
oh, man, show them that.
My hands are killing me. I told my dad, I told my father, I said, man, my hands are killing. What's wrong with you? I said, I'm just opening all these corners. And he just started laughing like, you think that's a problem, son?
I still have a callus right there from opening boxes and the box sliding across the top of my index
it's
finger.
just terrible.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a long
I
time,
use just one
but
hand.
It's still there.
and just dumping them into
talent.
That's probably why my wrists are killing me.
Yeah,
You can become in life. There's a song by Kenny Chesney. You can look it up. Rich and miserable. You don't want to become rich and miserable. But anyway, thank you, brother, for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
You're a mighty
Thankful
man.
for you and Kelly.
Can't wait to hang out tonight.
So a lot of people.
Yeah,
really.
We're gonna have some fun today. So this is right before we're at Danny D'Angelo's Laundry Summit here in Las Vegas. It is
Roundtable
Laundry Summit. So today we'll be all sharing and having a good time. Like, follow, and subscribe to Williford Brothers. Give us a shout. Ask Joe Dan a question.
What's
also,
your brand?
Joe Dan.
What's your brand? So
Splash them out. Splash them out laundromat.
And he has a YouTube channel as well.
That's Splash them out laundromat.
Splash them out laundromats. You can check out his stores there. He does some really cool videos. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate y'all. Take care.
Thanks for having me.
Yee.